Mötley Crüe's manager claimed Mick Mars' representatives are taking advantage of the guitarist amid the group's recent touring dispute. In court documents obtained by Fox News Digital, Mick Mars accused the band of forcing him to resign after he chose to stop touring. However, the band's manager Alan Kovac and a lawyer for the band claimed representatives for Mars, including the guitarist's lawyer, manipulated him into the dispute. Kovac, who has managed the heavy metal band for the past 29 years, told Fox News Digital, "Every time there was a problem, Mick would call me. I haven't heard from Mick. I would have protected him from the elderly abuse that the representatives are taking advantage of him with." A representative for Mars had no comment regarding the elder abuse allegation. Mars filed a mandate of writ on April 6 claiming Mötley Crüe had been slow to turn over documents, but Mötley Crüe's lawyer Sasha Fried of Miller Barrandess told Fox News Digital there is no issue regarding documents. "We're an open book. We're not hiding any documents from this guy," Fried claimed. "There's no issue with documents. You want your documents, here are your documents." The mandate of writ was filed ahead of the band and Mars going to arbitration over a shareholders' agreement amendment signed in 2008. At the time, all original members of the band Vince Neil, Tommy Lee, Nikki Sixx and Mick Mars signed an agreement stating they would not be entitled to any touring revenue or any value of the Mötley Crüe name once they had resigned from the band, according to Fried. "It's common sense," Fried explained. "If you're not out on the road touring, you don't get any money from touring. Just like when I don't go to work, I don't get a paycheck." Mötley Crüe previously claimed that when Mars announced that he couldn't tour anymore, he was resigning from the band. However, in court documents Mars alleges that he told the band members that he could still play in a residency situation and could still record. The guitarist just could no longer physically handle the rigor of the roads. "It is beyond sad that, after 41 years together, a band would try to throw out a member who is unable to tour anymore because he has a debilitating disease," Mars attorney Ed McPherson said in a statement to Fox News Digital. "Mick has been pushed around for far too long in this band, and we are not going to let that continue." Meanwhile, lawyers for Mötley Crüe maintain that Mars gave up his rights to any future earnings from tours after he quit. The back and forth between Mars and Mötley Crüe began in October. Fans became confused due to differing statements. Mars announced that he was retiring from touring due to his arthritis, while the band claimed that he was retiring from music completely. "Things get twisted around sometimes from other band members. I don't really know if I should say this, but those guys have been hammering on me since '87, trying to replace me," Mars told Variety. "They haven't been able to do that, because I'm the guitar player. I helped form this band. It's my name. I came up with the Mötley Crüe moniker, my ideas, my money that I had from a backer to start this band. It wouldn't have gone anywhere." Mick Mars retired from touring in 2022. Fried and Kovac claim that after Mars announced he was retiring from touring, the guitarist was offered a generous compensation package despite being entitled to nothing due to the 2008 amendment. Despite the fact that the band did not owe Mick anything and with Mick owing the band millions in advances that he did not pay back, the band offered Mick a generous compensation package to honor his career with the band, Fried explained to Fox News Digital. Manipulated by his manager and lawyer, Mick refused and chose to file this ugly public lawsuit. The generous compensation package included 7.5% of the remaining tour revenue, according to Kovac. However, Mars and McPherson claimed the musician was entitled to 25% of all touring for the history of the band in perpetuity. Fried claimed there was no reason to file the writ of mandate, and says the documents requested by Mars could have been recovered through arbitration. If this lawsuit was really about documents, then Mick and his lawyer would not have spilled ink recanting a 41-year band history and bad-mouthing the band's performance on tours, the lawyer said. Mick and his lawyer filed this lawsuit to make derogatory statements so that they can be protected from a defamation lawsuit under California's litigation privilege, he claimed. This lawsuit is nothing more than a malicious attempt to smear the band and Mick's former bandmates to gain leverage orchestrated by Mick's lawyer. In Mars' lawsuit, he also claimed other members of the band were not actually playing while on stage. Specifically, he claimed Nikki Sixx's parts were all pre-recorded and some of Neil and Lee's were as well. However, the band obtained signed declarations from Crüe members, who Kovac claimed are independent contractors, on February 9 stating that Mars was actually the band member not playing live. Mötley Crüe chose not to publicize these declarations until Mars' lawsuit. Mars' lawyer claimed the declarations came from employees of the band. Few heavy metal acts were as notorious in the 1980s on stage and off as Mötley Crüe, whose songs include Looks That Kill, Shout at the Devil and Girls, Girls, Girls. Fueled by drugs and booze, their stage show included excessive amounts of pyrotechnics and chainsawing the head off a mannequin filled with blood. Mötley Crüe was formed in 1981 by Sixx and Tommy Lee. The two were later joined by Mars and Vince Neil.